From our studios here in Freetown, hello and welcome to the National News Bulletin on Star TV Channel 21. I am Leonora Jawara. First, let's have a look at the top stories. The Deputy Minister of Political and Public Affairs, Amara Kalon, has engaged media practitioners and journalists on the implementation of the recommendations of the Bintu 3 conference.
We still have problem with ourselves as a nation. And that means we are divided across tribal lines, regional lines, and party lines.
The executive of the Kenema Old Students Association, KOSA, has handed over the mantle of leadership to the former Foreign Affairs Minister, Dr. Ali Kabar, at a ceremony held at the Bank Complex, Kingdom, where he outlined plans on how he intends to move the executive forward.
So tonight, it's not only going to be welcoming him into the leadership of KOSA as our president and his executive.
The Ministry of Health and Sanitation, in collaboration with Helen Keller Foundation, has launched the Mass Drug Administration for lymphatic filariasis and soil-transmitted helminthiasis in the Western Areaway District as a way to curtail its transmission rates within the district.
We launched the 9th annual Mass Drug Administration campaign against lymphatic filariasis called Bigfoot.
The Giving Arts Foundation, as a gesture of goodwill, has donated food items worth millions of euros to the Milton Magai School for the Blind.
The Youth Commission's responsibility is to promote and support potential and creativity of young people in development. And that's exactly why I'm here today.
And in sports, the Sierra Leone beach volleyball male team has ended their first Africa Beach Games in Cape Verde against Ghanaian male volleyball team, losing 2 sets in the quarterfinals. All these making the headlines. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The Deputy Minister of Political and Public Affairs, Amara Kalon, has updated media practitioners and journalists on the implementation of the recommendations of the Bintu 3 conference. Let's have more in this report.
In his manifesto, he was then the flag bearer of the Sierra Leone People's Party. And at that time, he was referred to as Julius Maada Bio. And as a PhD candidate for peace and conflict, he was smart and bold enough to tell the people of Sierra Leone that amidst the numerous gains we are getting, amidst the democratic, build-up in our nation, we still have problem with ourselves as a nation. And that means we are divided across tribal lines, regional lines, and party lines. And all the issues that were raised in the TRC report, on which the last 11 years war was hinged, are now surfacing in this nation. And in this war, they said that there is a need for us to establish a peace infrastructure. And on the first opening of Parliament on the 10th May 2018, he made the proposal in the form of a proclamation that we need to have a Peace and National Cohesion Commission. And for us to be able to establish a commission like that, we need to do consultation, and that should be heralded by a National Dialogue Forum. And from that statement, the Chief Minister took the bold step of developing a green paper with consultants and other partners. And the green paper laid the foundation for the national consultation that will inform the agenda for the National Dialogue Forum. Across the country on the 23rd of March 2018, we are in all districts in this country holding community meetings to draw opinions and gauge the perception of people as to what a commission they would want to see. The report from that consultation informed the agenda for the National Dialogue Forum, which we dubbed as Bintimani 3. After that, there's lots of other consultations across the country. We didn't know to go into that again. I think that's history now. And then we had Bintimani, which was targeted for the 23rd, 24th, and 25th May. It was not easy. But I think Sierra Leoneans once more showed courage and patience and showed determination that once more we can score goals. Bintimani 1 was whether we should have democracy in this country. And after Bintimani 1, we succeeded as Sierra Leonean, we have democracy. Bintimani 2 was the issue of peace. And after that, Sierra Leoneans once again were able to establish peace in this country. So on 2 occasions, Sierra Leoneans have come together and we have achieved our desired goal, democracy and peace. Ladies and gentlemen, for a 3rd time again, under the same leadership, we agreed that we need to sustain our democracy through peace and national cohesion. And at Bintimani 3, we have been able again to lay the foundation to achieve another goal.
Now, the executive of the Kenema All Students Association, KOSA, has on Friday, 21st June 2019, handed over the mantle of leadership to the former Foreign Affairs Minister, Dr. Ali Kabar, at a ceremony held at the Bank Complex, King Tom, where he outlined plans to now he intends to move the executive forward. Let's have more in this.
School for the next 1 year. But I wanted to do 4. Fortunately for us in KOSA, our newly elected president has also been given a new assignment to represent all of us outside of Sierra Leone. So tonight, it's not only going to be welcoming him into the leadership of KOSA as our president and his executive, but I wish our members of the band here still remember how to play some very lovely tunes. So dance the night away and wish our president farewell and good wishes for his new position.
It's another watershed period in the history of our organization, KOSA. KOSA is a symbol of excellence, a symbol of commitment to higher ideals. And today, with my colleagues standing here with me, we are affirming our commitment to uphold the ideals of KOSA and to make our school always the school of the East, the best in the East, the University of the East, a University of the East that
While you're still watching the news bulletin here on Star TV, the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, in collaboration with Helen Keller Foundation, has launched the Mass Drug Administration for lymphatic filariasis and soil-transmitted helminthiasis in the Western Area Rural District as a way to curtail its transmission rate within the district. Here's the details.
To launch the 9th annual Mass Drug Administration campaign against lymphatic filariasis called Bigfoot. Transmitted by mosquitoes, Bigfoot is a chronic disease that leads to abnormal swelling of legs, arms, and other body parts, causing pain, disability, and social stigma. It's not a major cause of death like malaria or other diseases, but the impacts of Bigfoot can be just as devastating, and they can reduce the economic productivity of the folks who are infected, and as well as exacerbating poverty in rural communities. During this campaign, more than 500,000 doses of ivermectin and albendazole will be available for distribution. So we get many drugs for stop the sickness.
For a very important occasion, we the ministry, for your business, our body, for make sure say all man live a very healthy and productive life. So any side where sickness there, you want for driver for let go. But today we're gonna have for one very important one, where there are this Bigfoot. Inside English, we they call them lymphatic filariasis. Inside Creole, now Bigfoot. So therefore, we gather today for join hand with the Western Rural District Council, DHMT, headed by the DMO for Ponado, say we get for do this work here. How this work get for go on? If you listen fine, when I go here, I'm sure it will not happen.
That although we've had very great success in the Sierra Leonean setting, and the Ministry of Health should take great pride in their achievements to date, there are still parts of the communities that do not access these drugs during these campaigns. And this year especially, we have drafted in the support of the traditional healers that are sitting across the arena from me to really help us access those communities that don't normally come forward traditionally to be treated by the health sector. It's really important that we get to the most vulnerable aspects of our communities if we are going to eliminate transmission of this disease. And we implore you all to not only come forward yourselves and take treatment, but to encourage your neighbours, your watchmen, the people who may be sleeping rough outside your compound, the people who know sleep in the slums, the people who you know are illiterate and don't listen to the radio or read the newspapers.
As part of their goodwill gesture, the Giving Hearts Foundation has donated food items worth millions of leones to the Milton Magai School for the Blind. Let's have a look.
The Giving Out Foundation, a group of student members from all walks of life, on the 16th June 2019, donated assorted food items worth millions of leones to the Milton Magai College of the Blind. Presenting the food item, the Deputy Youth Commissioner, Emerson Kamara, noted that motivating of the organization was to put smile on the face of their brothers at a particular moment of reflection. Deputy Commissioner Emerson Kamara expressed delight to be part of the event. As the Commissioner works with the young people, they are concerned about the welfare of the school for the blind. Deputy Commissioner Emerson Kamara commended the strikes of the Giving Out Foundation.
This institution is actually part of the commission. Yes. Henceforth, we should be proud that the college for the blind is actually a school. I mean, it's actually part of.
Are you listening?
It's part of the youth commission for the fact that we have a board member seated in our board in the commission. Brief. The youth commission's responsibility is to promote and support potential and creativity of young people in development, and that's exactly why I'm here today, because the VIP, which started as a WhatsApp group, is a testimony today that there is actually a good part of what we perceive to be a bad association, the WhatsApp group. Yes. Today we have a foundation that is called Giving Life Foundation, from the idea from the WhatsApp group, and the Giving Hearts Foundation at the end of the day. Thank you very much. The School for the Blind You are part of us as a commission.
The head teacher for the Miltimagai School for Blind, Mr. Ali Ture, welcomed the executive and members of the Giving Heart Foundation, disclosed that the 16th of June is an important day of reflection on what happens to the Soweto South African in 1976.
I received a call from a gentleman. How he got my number, I don't know. And he called me and said, I am Daniel from a foundation called Giving Heart Foundation. We have some presentation on June 16 and I would want to come and see you. He came and talked with the matron the first time. Then he followed up yesterday again and he came to tell me that we'll be here today. And he is not here alone. He is here with some members of the foundation, together with a very big personality, very busy personality in government. I'm not going to tell you his name, but I'm going to throw a question. And whoever answers that question will have a prize. To your faces. People who have brought happiness on your faces. People who have made sure that your bellies are going to be filled and you will not go to bed hungry.
I'm Ibrahim Alvin Ali. I'm the Vice CEO for Giving Heart Foundation, VIP. VIP na a WhatsApp group will be formed first. Later we turn into Giving Heart Foundation to a foundation. So today, June 16, we thought I'm say we for come na blind school for can help the Miltimagai College blind picking away there. So we bring the item there as well. We see the item the way they pay me, we come there. So to tell with other people and within the country we get WhatsApp for help different communities. They're not for just in a WhatsApp for the criticize or for me believe say we are the future of now. You understand?
Sandu-Ezul, in a statement, informed officials that the funding is from their individual pocket and their focus is to help vulnerable and deprived children. The activities are not only limited to the schools of blind, as very recently a small donation was done at Mile 91. One of the beneficiaries thanks the Almighty God and the Giving Heart Foundation for putting smiles on their faces. For Star News, I am Ahmed Jones Kamari reporting.
And now to round up a news bulletin, let's see what's happening in the sporting world as we join a sports correspondent, Hilton John. Hilton, what's the latest on the Cape Verde volleyball games?
Thanks to Leonard Jawa. Yes, the latest in the African Beach Games. 3 sports and disciplines represented the country in DCS competition for the first time. Among them, only the volleyball team who qualified to the quarterfinals. They were defeated by the Ghanaian male team in the quarterfinal 2 sets. Despite they did well in the competition, but no way for them winning the championship. Janet Calon tells us more.
Sierra Leone's only hope of securing medals at the SAL Games Cape Verde has ended on Saturday, 22nd June 2019, as beach volleyball male team lost their quarter-final match 2-0 to their Ghanaian counterpart at the games venue. Ghana won the first set by 21-10 and the second set by 21-18 respectively. The match ended 2-0 in favor of Ghana. The head coach of beach volleyball, team coach Soyi Kamara, speaking to Star Television, he said they lost the match to Ghana because of poor service, lack of communications, and teamwork between the players. My hope for this competition was to reach the grand finals, but my players did not yield to my instructions or advice. I'm not happy because we entered into this competition as we are ranked 4th position in Africa for men and 8th position in Africa for women. That's why I was so confident in reaching the grand finals, he noted. As a coach or sportsman, You always accept whatever result you get after your match in good faith. For Star TV Sport in Freetown, I'm Janet Kalon reporting.
Thanks to Janet for that report. In the international scene, Rafael Benitez will no longer serve as head coach of the Cycle Newcastle United because of negotiation with the club and also the coach. It could be recalled that he served as head coach in Chelsea football team, the side called Liverpool, Valencia, Real Madrid Football Club, and he joined Newcastle United in 2016-2017. He ended in the Premier League 13th position, but according to the news, he will no longer serve as the coach of the club on the 30th of this month. Here's the report.
Not only are you a great football manager, you're also a magician. You can bring television graphics on. I remember that. Whenever you can. That was good. You got Liverpool tomorrow. Surely you're going to let them win.
I said so many times that we are professionals, we have to do our job. We have 52,000 fans at home. It will be our last home game this season, so we have to do our job, that's it.
It's going to be some proper Rafa loving tomorrow, isn't it? Because the Newcastle fans absolutely love you, and the Liverpool fans absolutely love you. You'll just be there in the middle just going, thank you guys, thank you guys.
Yeah, it will be, obviously it will be emotional, but what I say to you is I try to concentrate on the job because that is the main thing that I can do and I have to do. So.
In the African Cup of Nations, the Cycle Uganda succeeded in a 2-0 victory against DR Congo. Bolasi boys were unable to even get a consolation goal. Here's the highlights of the match. What's a good start coming up there from the Uganda side. Also, we saw Ivory Coast succeeded in a 1-0 victory against South Africa. The South Africans fought to get the equalizer. Unfortunately, they wasted their chances at the end of the regulating time. Ivorians won the match 1-0. And finally, in the international scene, Cameroon are out in the ongoing Women's World Cup in France after they faced a 3-0 defeat in the hands of England. Despite we saw a lot of controversy in the game, according to the chief of female football, who happens to be the president of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Madam Aisha Juansi, that the world governing body will set a panel to get more investigation on the said issue. Here's the highlights of the match.
Showing them in the last 8 here in France. Ellen White keeps that ball in play, and it'll just be tidied at the back. It is a back pass, though, from a Jange, gathered by Gondom. England just waiting, hoping to tempt the false run out of goal. Horton, 1-0. And perfectly executed. Bronze can pick it up again. Lucy Bronze, but it'll flick through to Ellen White. Flag is up though. VAR is checking whether there is an offside leading up to the goal. Well, there's the line. That looks onside. And it is 2-0. Duggan with the corner. And arriving brilliantly with the finish. England get a 3rd goal. It's Alex Greenwood. What a corner that was. Gondom beaten for a 3rd time.
Aisha Yuantin serves as the chief of female football in the world. So we're expecting more to see the development of female football in the country. The Sierra Leone is not part of the ongoing qualifying nations taking part in France. That's all for sports.
Well, that's all in a news bulletin file here on Star TV, Channel 21. Thank you so very much for watching. I am Leonora Jawara. Do stay with us if you can.